So in my previous video, I informed you that I'm going to be making a video about websites that you can apply for remote jobs or virtual assistant jobs. I want to mention this, like I want to sound, put this disclaimer. You know that I always say, or I always talk about or advocate for Fiverr and Upwork. This is because these platforms, this is what, these platforms were made for this purpose, right? They want people with such skills to come onto these platforms and people who are looking for them to meet. I'm not here to talk about that, but I'm just saying that I prefer this platform. Now, I'm making this video to give you other options because I know that everything doesn't work for everybody, right? The fact that it works for me doesn't mean that it's going to work for me. Just like Fiverr and Upwork, right? I am a stern believer that Fiverr is the way to go, but there are some people that I know that will tell you that Upwork is the way to go, and this is because Upwork didn't work for me. So I'm definitely going to advocate for the platform that works for me, right? Same with someone who Upwork worked for. Now, let's imagine that you have done try to start up in these platforms and it didn't work for you. Stay put and let's talk about this. Now, the reason why I'm saying Fiverr and Upwork is because these platforms, the employers that you find there, right? They basically don't need all the experience in the world. They just really need you to know what you're doing, and then they typically give beginners a chance. Meanwhile, looking for jobs in job boards, I feel they are quite competitive. Well, Fiverr is competitive, but I feel like you have to bring your A game on, right? So that's where we're talking about portfolios and all of that, but we'll get to that later. So now the first website I want to mention, I'm going to mention three websites, and the first website I'm going to mention is Remote for Africa. Now, the reason why I like Remote for Africa, I actually have a subscription. The Remote for Africa is actually very cheap. It used to be 1,000 naira, but since all these things happened in 2024, I think they increased it to 2,000 or 3,000, but not more than 4,000 naira monthly, and I subscribe for that. The reason why I subscribe for them is that they actually have jobs that are, well, what's the word, verified job, right? People post all sorts of jobs out there, and I can even post a job, vacancy online, and people are going to apply, and I mean, right? But this platform actually lists out verified jobs from actual companies, basically tech companies in Africa, and they usually post jobs that are remote. So they usually post jobs that are tech, that in the tech and business industry, that's IT industry and business industry. And when I mean business industry, I mean like project management and all of that, virtual assistants, and they usually post remote roles. So if this is something that you're interested in, then I'd like you to like go in and look at them. I like them because basically they post companies that are in Nigeria and even foreign companies that are basically operating in Africa, like Nigeria and Africa. And then you will see it that okay, they are looking for someone who is in the West African, part, or someone who is in the North African part. So if you see that the remote jobs that this particular category is looking for people in North Africa, you don't need to start spending your time to start applying for those jobs. So I like that it's really categorized like that, and I use it to kind of look at what employers are looking out for right now. Now, the second one, which I think you're going to be interested in, is something I saw online, right? And I was very curious to see why people are saying this website actually works. And this website is NoDesk. The first time I went to this website, I was like, what's going on? But turns out, because we're Nigerians, they don't want us. But apparently, a lot of Nigerians are getting jobs from there, right? And what they do is that they use VPN. Okay. So if you know that you're going to look into nodex.com, then feel free to. But these are the things that I understood. These are the things from looking at the website, looking at what they are into, and all of the jobs that were posted there. Basically, it's a foreign website, it's not a Nigerian website, and obviously because they put that firewall, they don't really want Nigerians. But according to people online, they say they found jobs. So these are the things that you need to know if you're going to apply for jobs on this on that website. Now, number one is that you have to install VPN while applying for this job. So you need to have VPN. This is going to, make it seem as if, this is going to give you access to the website. And now when you're looking out for jobs, you guys stay away from full-time jobs. Full-time jobs are are not going to you're not going to get full-time jobs because you're not in that country, right? So there is this whole employment labor laws that don't allow employers to give full-time employment to people outside of their country, right? They can give employment quite all right, but not full-time employment or part-time employment, because their full-time employment comes with all those dental insurance and health insurance and all of that, and they can't give you that full-time job because of all of this, right? Because you're not in the country, you don't have a social security number, so you can't get that full-time job. So what you need to do is to focus on contract jobs. Those are the freelance jobs. That's like another word for it. So focus on jobs that are under the contract categories. Focus on jobs that are remote worldwide, not remote inside the US, but remote worldwide. And if your niche is in the social media management or marketing part, you're highly likely going to get a job there. So you guys should check it out. Note these things I gave you. Number one, you have to be using VPN. Number two, you have to stay away from full-time jobs. Number three, you have to focus on contract jobs, right? Stay away from full-time, stay away from part-time. Focus on contract jobs, and make sure that you filter the job to remote worldwide so that you'll be able to um qualify for that type of job, right? And of course, when you're going for your interview, bring your A game on, right? Make sure you have a portfolio to help support, what you've kind of done in the past. Now, the third website that you are going to look out that I looked out for is Wellfound. Now, I saw a lot of people talking about Wellfound, and I decided to go and check it out, right? Just to confirm whether it's worth it or not. Now, Wellfound is almost like NoDesk, you guys. Like, it's almost the same thing. It's just that you can actually apply for the job without VPN, I think. And so when I went to the website, it was basically the same thing as NoDesk. So don't forget this fourth thing that I mentioned. You have to stay away from full-time jobs. Make sure stay away from part-time jobs. Focus on contract jobs that you can find there. Filter it to show you only contract jobs and that are remote worldwide. That's basically it. If you see things like EMEA, it means like they don't mind people in the Middle East and Africa. So even APAC too means that they don't mind people in Africa. So you guys, that's basically it. But don't forget what I told you about Fiverr and Upwork. These platforms were made for this. Like, you guys, Fiverr runs ads, like they run actual ads to US businesses, to UK businesses and Canada businesses. This is because they know that they want to attract these people into their platform so that you will be able to find clients. So if this is something that you have done before and didn't work for you, how about trying it again? How about strategizing? How about looking for something more, a gig or a niche that's like less competitive? And I mean, that's my own 2 cents. But if you feel like, okay, you want to check out other websites, then I think these websites that I mentioned are good for you, especially for remote type of jobs. So basically, that's that. I also checked out Flex Job, right? But I think if you're going to use it, you have to definitely use VPN, because um I even tried to register, but I think it doesn't even allow Nigerians. I wonder why they were actually running ads to me. And there's something I'm actually thinking about. As you can see, I have clocked 1K subscribers, and was thinking of doing something a little bit more intimate. How about having some sort of Zoom webinar where you guys will have, because I noticed that a lot of people want kind of like one-on-one conversations and all of that. And I don't really have time to do one-on-ones, but I can do a group kind of conversations where we all learn from each other's mistakes. We all learn and unlearn and, relearn, if that's a word. And, tell me what you think about that in the comment section. And I'm looking forward to scheduling the event, and definitely let me know what you think. If you think that you enjoyed this video, I'm sorry I didn't know my my microphone went off, and I was just talking and talking and talking, you can imagine. And if you feel like I gave you value, please like my um video, or feel free to share it to anybody who's interested in this type of thing. So if you have a better suggestion of what I should do as regards the Zoom meeting that I was thinking about, just put it in the comment section, and see you in the next video. Bye.